day 9 of August Lead Code Challenge. The problem given to us is rotting oranges. So, given a array, we are given a 2D array. Okay, a grid of arrays. The rows and column value can be different also. So also put that into consideration. And the array can consist of three values: 0, 1, and 2. 0 means there is no oranges over there. 1 represents a fresh orange, and 2 represents a rotten orange. So this is the input given to us. Okay, we have to find the number of days it would take to make all the fresh oranges into a rotten orange. The minimum number of days. We have to find that. If we are not able to make any particular orange in the grid to be a rotten orange, what we do is we return -1. So this is the input given to us. Okay. So we have to find the minimum number of time required to make all the oranges rotten, or if it is not possible, you should return -1. We cannot do it. Okay. So this is the input that we have. Let's look at this example. So we start. There is only one rotten orange in the first 0, 0 index. So what happens is after the first minute, the neighboring two oranges. Okay. So it can rotten four oranges. One to the top, left, right, and bottom. Okay. So after the first minute, these two oranges get rotten. After the second minute, these neighbors, this one. So let me mark it for you. So after the first minute, okay, these two got rotten. After second minute, from here we rotten all its neighbors. This one and this one got rotten due to this orange, and from here it's already rotten, so it doesn't make a difference. So the next step, from here this orange gets rotten. Okay, and finally from here this orange gets rotten. So the minimum time required is 4 minutes. Okay. In the second example, what happens is there is one orange which cannot be rotten at all. Okay. That's the reason why we are returning -1. I will draw it and show you why this happens. So you have a same kind of grid. Okay. So here is 2, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So you can see that this one cannot be rotten at all because all the left and top bottom of this particular orange is 0 or doesn't exist. So this orange cannot be rotten at all. So we return -. Okay. So this is the idea. Hope you are clear with the question. Now let's discuss about the approach that we are going to take. Okay. So if there is only one orange and it's already rotten, we should return 0. 0 minutes required since all the oranges are already rotten. Okay, let's look at the approach that we are going to take. So this is the approach that we are going to take. So initially, this is the array that we will be having. Okay. So there is a 2 in the starting. There is one rotten in this index and one rotten orange in this index. After 1 minute, what happens is this neighboring alone would be getting rotten. So what we do is instead of making it 2, we make it as 3. Okay. This helps us to check the iteration for the next minute. So in the next minute, what we do is in the first minute we check what are the values which has 2, and from there all its neighbors are changed to 2 plus 1 kind of thing. Okay. In the next minute we check all the iterations for 3, all the indexes for 3, and if 3 is present, what we do is we make its neighbor to be 4. So in this iteration this would become 4 and this would become 4. At the fourth minute these things would be rotten. Okay. After this one would be rotten, this one would be rotten, and using from this orange, this would be getting rotten. So at the fifth index, everything would be rotten. So we'll be having a fresh counter. Fresh counter. It has the number of fresh oranges. Initially, it would be 7. Okay. Every time one particular orange is getting rotten, we would reduce from it. Okay. That is how we find whether we are rottening all the oranges. One more thing is we calculate the number of things that we change into rotten at each timestamp. At any particular timestamp, if the oranges, the number of fresh oranges remains same, that means that we are not able to reach a particular location. Okay, let's say if we have the orange over here and all the surrounding things are 0, okay, even after this iteration, what happens is this would remain same. The number of fresh oranges would be greater than 0, and it will also not change even after a particular timestamp. So that is the point where we say that we cannot make a change. Okay, you will have very clear understanding when we code this up. So let's get into the coding. So initially what we do is we calculate the length and the breadth. We'll just zoom it a bit. We calculate the length and the breadth. So I calculate the length of the first thing. So we get the length and the breadth. First what I do is I iterate and check number of fresh oranges. Okay, and initially the day would be a day or the minute would be 0. Okay, so let's start iterating. So iterate through all the rows. In all the row we have to iterate through all the columns. So if grid of I of j is equal to 1, we have to increment the number of fresh oranges. Okay, at the end of this loop we will be having the number of fresh oranges. Then what we do is we also we have the fresh while fresh is greater than 0. So number of fresh oranges is greater than 0. So if the fresh is less than 0, we will return the min. So it requires 0 minutes to actually make all the oranges rotten, because initially itself the fresh is less than 0. Okay, if it is greater than 0, what we do is old fresh. So okay, let's make it new fresh equal to old equal to fresh. This is just to compare after each minute whether at least there is some change, some fresh apples turn into rotten. So that's the reason for having this variable. So then what we do is we are again going to iterate through all the things. It's kind of a BFS approach that we are taking. Okay, I'll explain it more clearly when we are going with the dry example. Okay, so we have iterate through thing. So what we do is we check if a of ij is equal to min plus 2. So initially the minutes will be 0. In the first iteration we check whether we can find 2. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. If it is true, what we do is we can have a temporary variable int. We'll create it here itself. So a temporary variable, it sees how many oranges can be rotten from here. So from here I can rot I minus 1 j, and I'll also pass the day. So I'll also pass the grid that we are going to change. I'm going to rot in the I minus 1 index. So initially it's over here. So let's take this orange. What I will do is I'll rot in this particular orange. It's like that. Okay. So what I'll do is, considering this orange, I'll write rotten one above, one to the right, one to the left, and one to the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do in this condition. So I'm rotting the first time rotting the left one. Similarly, I'll rotten the right one. Okay. Similarly, I need to rotten the above one and also the one below. So I will be writing a function called as rot to actually do this. Okay. Left, right, below, above. I have tried to rot all the things. After rotting this particular thing, what I do is I update the new fresh. The new fresh should be new fresh minus temp. How many oranges have been rotten due to this particular orange alone? Okay, so that's we do. So let me write the orange rot function. So it might return a bool or int. Okay, so what I do is it returns a, it gets four parameters. One is the grid, other one is int I, int j, and int day. These are things that it gets. So what we do is we check if I should be, if I is less than 0, we can't rot it because it's out of the index. Or if I is greater than n minus 1, then also we cannot rot it. Or j is less than 0, or j is greater than n minus. These are the boundary conditions that we cannot rot a particular orange over there. These are, I'll check these things. And finally, if a of ij is not equal to 1. If it is 1 only, we can rot. If it is some other value, we cannot rot it, right? So these are the conditions. If it doesn't satisfy any of these things, we return 0. If it doesn't even satisfy any one of them, okay. If it is, so either if it is less than 0 or if the value is not equal to 1, we just return 0. If it is so, what we do is, we make that particular thing to be day plus 3. Currently, the day would be 0, right? So in the 0 time, if something is 1, what I do is I make it 3. So that in the next iteration, I can actually change it. So initially, this would be 1, right? So in the first iteration, what to do is I make this 3, day plus 3. Okay. In the first day, what happens is it would be day plus, already it would be 1. So it will become day plus 3, which becomes 4. Okay. So I'll also write it with another example. Let's complete the code and also return 1. So this return 1 is got over here. So how many ever rot particular orange rot other oranges, we return the temporary value, and the temporary value is minus with the fresh values. So every time a particular orange gets rotten, it updates in the new fresh. Okay, we do this. We do this for all the indexes in particular day. After doing it, if new fresh is equal to fresh, if there is no change in the number of fresh oranges, what we do is we return minus 1. Else what we do is we increment the day and we also update the fresh to be new fresh. At some particular point of time, it would be less than 0 or equal to 0. At that point, we will return and return minimum value. Okay, I hope it's clear, and let me check for the any bugs or anywhere. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, I will say So it should be grid. Is there any place where I use A? That's it, I guess. So instead of grid, I use the variable name here. Okay. It should be, I can create the size. So n is grid dot size. Minus one. What is this? This should be grid of 0 dot size minus 1. Yeah. Okay, I matched all the parentheses. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Not equal to. Small typos here and there. Okay. Few other. It is min. I use the word min over here. Instead, I put the word day. So sorry about the typos. Having a good variable name, the start is preferable. I guess that's it. Okay. RETURN. Too many typos this time. But we finally get the right answer. Let's submit it. Without having editor coding, these things are quite difficult. Yeah, a solution got accepted. So it runs quite well. It beats 96% of the submissions and is also very memory efficient. It's kind of a BFS kind of search. So what we do is I'll just one more time, I'll just explain the code and we can finish it. So yeah, we'll take this example. We'll see all these things. So initially when this would be the input that we get. Okay. So initially what we check is we calculate the number of fresh things in this loop. So the number of fresh would be 7. The fresh value would be 7. The fresh value 7 is greater than 0. So what we do is from 2 we go to the neighbors. Okay. So we start iterating from here. So 2 would be equal to 2. This index would satisfy this condition. So what we do is we rotten all the neighboring oranges. So this gets rotted. That is the reason why we are putting day plus 3 over here. So it goes into this condition and we check whether it's greater than 0. All these indexes are checked. And finally we update it to be day plus 3. Day is initially 0. Plus 3 makes it this value to be 3. Okay. Next iteration what we do is we check for the grid value to be min plus 2. The min value is incremented by 1. So we check for the 3 in all the places. Okay. And we do it. And the one more thing that you need to check is the new fresh. So number of things that are getting rotten, we calculate it. We minus it with the new fresh and we check whether fresh and new fresh are same. If it is not, we just update the fresh to be new fresh. Okay, this is one place that you need to check. For the next iteration, the fresh value would be not 7 but 5 this time, since these two values are updated to 3. Okay, that's how we actually do. And in the end, what happens is the fresh value becomes 0. We come out of this loop and we print out the minimum thing required. Okay, I hope it's clear. If you have any doubts, do put them in the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next video.